Islam, Moors, peace, and Hotep. Here we are once again, 24th of March. It's going down. I want to give all honors to our brothers and sisters out there that recognize that they're Moorish American. We want to say peace and love to all the Moors worldwide, anywhere that you're at. If you know that you're a Moor, you're getting some honors. I mean, props to yourself. We want to also say peace and love to all the active Moors. You know, the Moors who know the truth about their nationality and birthrights and are doing the things necessary to get this information out to our people so our people could stop playing, because our people are playing, especially the conscious people. Conscious people playing more than anybody else out there, because those people should definitely know better, right? And they're choosing not to know better. They're choosing to stay ignorant, you know, based on ignorance, yes. So we want to give honors, high honors, once again, to the last prophet in these days and times, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, who came to redeem his people from their sinful ways. And their sinful ways was not living up to their ancient foremothers and forefathers' customs and continuing on in the ignorance that they know isn't where they're supposed to be. They know they're not supposed to be incompetent. They know that, you know, slavery's over. You know, they're supposed to know thyself by now. I mean, you know what? Slavery's done 200 years, 300 years or whatever. You know? Been told people, been told, they already know what's up. You know, slavery's over. So you should have gave back that slave name already. You know, if you didn't give back the slave name, you should have, you know, at least known yourself or something. But no Drawley told the Moors that, you know, we have mental slavery. And our people really don't want to accept the fact that they're mentally enslaved. They really want to think that their condition is because of some European, you know, that did something or whatever like that. When the reality of the situation is, the reason why our people suffer as much as they do, why, you know, the name of the class today honors to, you know, one of my good brothers, Zahir Casanova Bay, you know, for putting that one out there. You know, I'm watching you suffer. You know, he was watching you suffer. I'm shaking my mother head watching you suffer, because I can't believe that you people still are down with the suffering when suffering's supposed to be over. If we're saying that we're Moors, you know, if we're saying that we're conscious, we're saying that we're cognizant, we're saying that we know ourselves, you know, talk crap or whatever like that, then ain't no supposed to be no suffering anymore. But, you know, people still suffer because clearly they don't know who their prophet is, period. Yeah, they could say whatever, they could talk whatever crap they want to talk. It's cool. We understand, you know what I mean, that you're still a mental slave. Because only a mental slave will listen to Moors say prophet and go into, some type of religious whatever, right? Only a mental slave would hear Moors say, I'm a Moor, and then bring up some, slave trade in the Sahara or whatever. Only a mental slave is gonna say, you know, they, it doesn't matter what they call themselves, we could have unity. We just need to come together, right? So we'll let those people suffer. We'll continue to sit here, shaking our head, shaking our MF head, right? Watching these people suffer just because they choose not to get it. They could get it. It's, accessible, I'm saying, but they don't want it. So we're going to let them sit there and suffer, I'm saying. We'll continue doing what it is that we got to do. So to start off today, we just want to give some honors out there. We're going to, big up. We have a little saying, you know what I mean, from back in the day. Big up who for big up, shut up who for shut up, right? So give props where props is due, and wherever props isn't due, just throw them over the bridge, off the plank, whatever it is that, we're gonna do to them people, because that's what they get, you know what I mean? So you should know something by now. If you don't know nothing, sorry for you. So we wanna first put on the record, you know what I mean? Big up to the brothers, lyrically acting, combining, kicking music out on nations since 1993. Black Moon, Boot Camp Click, all the crew. There was a show last night. They were out here, 20th anniversary celebration. You know what I mean? We've been around backing them since they came out, and they still do what they do. They ain't change anything for anybody. Tight pants, no knapsacks, no hoodies. They keep it how they've been keeping it. So, boot camp for life. Big up to the fam that came out here last night and had a killer show for the 20th anniversary of Enter the Stage. If you're too young and you don't know about this right here, you're telling me about Jay-Z and crap like that, throw that stuff away. Go pick yourself up, go on YouTube, research Black Moon, Enter the Stage, and then all the other albums that came after them or after this, and get yourself back in tune with your hip-hop formulas and forefathers, all right? Because, brothers were in high school just like us when they came out, and they're still doing what they do 20 years later, all right? So, big up to Black Moon, first of all. Second of all, we got to big up Smith & Wesson. Once again, boot camp, right? Okay, letting you know there's the eye of Allah right there, okay? And then if you count the dark shadows, there's 7 dark shadows, and then they're in a circle, right? And then the 2, Second Steel, who once again last night, 20th anniversary. If you never heard about Smith & Wesson before, or if you just thought this is some 90s hip-hop crap, you don't need that because you know Kanye West and you know all these jackasses playing around with this thing called hip-hop. Go back, listen to Smith & Wesson, and remember, we're not plugging this because of, some dick rider stuff, because Smith & Wesson taught us don't dick ride. We're giving honors where honors is due. Big up who for big up, shut up who for shut up. The Shining. If you never heard the Shining album, go pick it up, right? Especially if you're Moors, go listen to the Shining album. The Shining, right? Circle, the 7 dark heads, so circle 7. Remember, the 2 faces that you can see aren't included in the 7, right? Because obviously you can see them. So there's 7 heads that you can't see, and they're making a circle, circle 7. They were on Moor Science before they even knew about Moor Science. is a regeneration of an older album cover. You know, just go do your research on Smith and Wesson. They talk about it. You know what I mean? Where the album style came from. So it has nothing to do with Moors. We're just letting you know that Moors science is in everything. Okay? Just letting you know. Circle 7. So big up to Tech and Steel, DJ Logic, for doing what they did last night. Killing goddamn show. Next thing, just to put on the record, Moors, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna do your research on. Actually, before I go there, so we're at the show last night. You know what I mean? And shows going good or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Chilling, listening to brothers kill it. And one of the Moors at the show, comes give me the tap. Yo, you see what's going on stage or whatever? I don't know what you're talking about, man. It's just the usual stuff or whatever like that. One of the brothers was wearing a sweater with the interlocking Morris star on the front. Big interlocking Morris star on the front of the sweater, right? We already know it's a Morris star. We know that it's a Morris star. It's not some whatever they wanted, Interlocking 5-point star, that's a Morris star, right? Brother came all the way from Brooklyn, wherever like that, to the show where the Moors are at, First Moors Science Temple, and he has the sweater with the interlocking star, right? So after the show, the Moors are building, because one thing about boot camp, ever since back in the day, if you wanna, you can go on YouTube, Canaanland Moors boot camp bus tour. We have the concert from 1995 when we went to that, right? When they came here with the boot camp bus. And we got interviews with them and all that stuff. Go check the record. Just so you know, we've been around, right? We've been back in them. So, brother had, the Moors were, after the show, boot camp likes to, come chill with the people because, they got an album. They put the album out for the people because, you know what I mean? They're not doing this for them. They're doing this for the people because, you know what I mean? It's real like that. You know what I mean? It's not no go do the show, leave out the back door or whatever like that. You know what I mean? They chill after with the people. So they got to chill with some of the Moors, just so you know. And they put the Moors onto the sweater. Right, what's going on with the sweater? So we're just gonna put that on the record because I told the brother that I'm gonna give him a plug just because we know what's up. You know what I mean? And we're esoteric Muslims. We're not exoteric Muslims. But just for the simple fact that we rep boot camp and they put us on to your stuff, we're gonna plug you. So I'm just gonna plug the brother. You're gonna look up Inshallah Clothing Company. Right, Inshallah Clothing Company. Tell me about your job. This is 2010, by the way. I started an apparel company called Inshallah about 4 months ago. I created a line of clothing that I felt, me being Muslim, would bring unity through fashion. I say that because I am an American, right? Born and raised in America, right? Or, he could be speaking from the perspective of original meaning of American, but you notice he didn't say he's a U.S. citizen, nothing like that. So he has some type of degree of knowledge, right? I was born Christian, have a lot of Christian friends, I have a lot of Jewish friends. I see so much going on in the media, and I wanted to create a brand that would speak positively about my religion, but also something that just represents me. Your faith seems to play a big role in this. Are you very religious? I've always been very close to God, very spiritual. I didn't always go to church, but I always read the Bible. I always prayed every day. I don't know if I would call it a religious thing, but I was always very close to God. And now, with converting to Islam a year ago, it's still the same thing. But I read the Quran and the Bible. I practice my religion more. I pray more. I go to the mosque more. I do more things in regard to my faith. Islam means to submit to the will of God. God told Noah to build the ark. He did it. There was no religion. It was God. That's what being Muslim means to me. Remember, this is 2010. Islam has been in the media recently, from Obama being accused of being a Muslim by members of the Tea Party, to the controversial Park 51 Community Center in Lower Manhattan, to Juan Williams being fired from NPR after talking about Muslims on Fox. Is it hard to be Muslim in America in 2010? I think it's hard, but it's not hard for me. It's not hard for me because benefit I have the benefit of understanding both sides of the coin. My dad is a Christian minister. I understand Christianity and I understand the parallels between it and Islam. I'm able to defend it easier than maybe some other Muslims because of my background. When you know the Bible and you know the Quran, it helps when people come at you with discussions. There are things that are in the Bible and in the Quran. Some of the things that we teach are based directly off the things that are in the Bible. For example, the Prophet Muhammad, you read that can't show his picture. One of the first commandments of the Bible is not to worship any false images of God. We believe that we shouldn't have any likeness of our prophets. That's the path of idolatry. Other thing is the hijab worn by some Muslim women. Look at the images you see of the Virgin Mary. Look at the nuns. It's right there in your face. It's the same thing. So we want to big up Inshallah Clothing Company for, you know, repping the Morris Star last night at the boot camp concert so that people can understand that, hip hop is Moorish. Been telling people, right? Remember, told you in the Moorish Code, Moorish Connection to Hip Hop lecture, the probably one of the most or only Moorish hip hop lectures out there, done by yours truly, Fudro L. And we broke down all the people, it got the lyrics and stuff like that, fezzes in hip hop, turbans in hip hop, whatever, everything, so everybody knows that hip hop is more science coded, but people don't want to listen to that because, more is, we don't know what we're talking about or whatever, right? So, since we're still on the, hip hop stuff and all that, also wanted to throw a shout out there to one of my good brothers, Brother Rami Salam L, who's been on a campaign for the past little while defending Common, for saying that we need to love each other. And all these conscious people, Asiatics, Moors included, talking about, Common's a coon and he's a Negro and all that, and, forget him, he's sold out and all that stuff. Now, my position is, ever since Common dropped Sense, I wasn't, it was just another artist out there to me, you know what I mean? Then he started doing killer movies and stuff like that, it was just, but his lyrical ability never frayed from when he had the name Common Sense. So, I can't really diss him, he wasn't singing about all the stuff he was doing movies about, he was still dropping gems and stuff like that. So I can't really diss Common, you know what I mean? Right? I know how it goes, you know what I mean? When the check comes, you're gonna take care of your family, whatever like that, make sure you set yourself up for your future, blah blah. Right? But I just wanna read um a post that brother put out just so that you can do your own. You might not be on, Facebook and all that stuff, but you might be inspired to just check some stuff out, just to, see how things are lining up. You know what I mean? With regard to this Moorish paradigm and, your involvement in it and your lack of involvement in it, right? So this is the quote, brother Rami Salam El. For those calling Common a coon, Negro, a new black, because he's saying we need to love each other. In Common's song, Start the Show, first verse, he has a line saying that he's noble like Drew Ali. Right? That's for all the Common haters, all the Moors who are Common haters, calling him coon and all that stuff when he mentioned your prophet in a song of his, right? And that was from 2007, right? Remember, right? We're doing with that theme, 2, and then 7, 2007, and then the 2 right there, and then the 7 in the circle, just keep it in line with, whatever. Oh yeah, and also too, remember the album, the song actually, the song Start the Show was Kanye production, so he knows what's up. If he's sitting in the booth or whatever, engineering some stuff, this guy's saying Noble Drawley 50 times doing his recording. Kanye knows something, right? They sampled Dorothy Ashley from The Time I Get to Phoenix, right? Once again, the concert last night was at Club Phoenix. Just tie everything together just to show you that, this how Moors roll. You know what I mean? Everything's aligned all the time. You're never off beat. We're always on beat, right? Why is this important? Because one of the main teachings of Noble Drew Ali, one of the main teachings Noble Drew Ali brought us is love. Drew Ali specifically said, learn to love instead of hate. We will not get out of this cycle of war until we love each other. Let us remove the hate and negativity, or what Sabir calls negativity, from our hearts and minds and replace it with love. Right? So I just want to put that out there. No, yeah, just so you know, the song Start the Show is from Common's album Finding Forever. When you look at the cover, you understand that he's dealing with some metaphysics or whatever, high science. He's not dealing with some hip hop crap, dancing around, do stupid movies about shooting people up and all that stuff. So he was on something, right? Another thing we want to put on the record, because it's going, we put it on the record with Sons of Allah, right? We put it on the record, okay? And hopefully these things are, digested, right, by our people, so we can recognize that people are playing themselves, right? People are playing themselves. And because they're playing themselves, we're going to address certain things so that the people, sincere, faithful, don't get played to end up doing some crap that you regret later, because, the world revolves around contracts. And anything that you sign that you can't reserve your rights on means contract could stand at law against you. So Moore sent me this email today. Bobby Davis Bay sent me this email today about petitioning Governor Terry McAuliffe. Petitioning Governor Terry McAuliffe lawfully to include, but not limited to, recognizing so-called African Americans, Negroes, blacks, coloreds, etc. as sovereign Hebrew Israelites, American National Republic of United States of America, several Union states. Didn't we tell you people on Sons of Allah, right, last week? Told people that these guys have their little campaign saying about Hebrews are nationals now. All of a sudden now, you know, Hebrews are sovereigns now, all of a sudden, right? Not only are Hebrews sovereign, but instead of petitioning the legitimate government, the Moors, to accept Hebrew Israelites as American nationals or whatever, they're going to the corporate U.S, telling people put their name to a petition that they're going to give to the U.S to say that you want the U.S corporate dissolved, insolvent, bankrupt corporation to recognize Negro, black, coloreds, African Americans, etc. as sovereign Hebrew Israelites. And Moors want me to sign that crap. Moors telling me that this is about unity, sign the petition. I'm not signing no goddamn petition for Negro, black, colored people to be recognized as sovereign Hebrew Israelites when Noble Drew Ali came and told you people since 1913 proclaim your nationality. But they don't want to go there. You know? Just like Brother Aleem was saying, everybody wants to be the man. Everybody wants to be the guy that saves the black nation, the African nation. Ain't nobody, people are Moors. Ain't no such thing, Negro, black, colored, African American, Hebrew Israelites. Hebrew Israelites ain't sovereign in America unless they're Moors. That's the only way Hebrew Israelites are sovereign over here. There's no Hebrew Israelite flag anywhere on any landmass in the world. But, you know, Moors is going to say that Moors aren't for unity because we don't want to sign the petition. I'm not denationalizing myself on some corporate petition to some corporate. No, they got 693 supporters so far, right? They got 693 supporters, okay? They need 1,307 more, right? We're telling all these people, proclaim your nationality, stop dicking yourself. Because you're playing yourself. Go listen to the Jeru song, Play Yourself, so you can get the perspective. There's no such thing as a U.S corporate, dissolved, bankrupt, insolvent jurisdiction lawfully doing anything. It's not happening. It never will happen. Because to call yourself Hebrew Israelite, you're a fraud. Because Hebrew Israelites aren't sovereign to here. Sorry. Hebrew Israelite is not a nationality. Hebrew Israelite is a tribe of Moors. So if Hebrew Israelites want to assist these so-called African Americans, Negroes, blacks, coloreds, etc., tell them proclaim their Moorish nationality and stop playing games with these people's emotions that you know are running on high right now because people getting lynched and all this type of stuff. You know that these people's emotions are running on high right now. And you're going to take the position of willingly setting up a petition, going out there pushing paperwork, telling these people that they can be sovereign Hebrew Israelites when there's no such thing as a Hebrew Israelite nation. There's no Hebrew Israelite nation that exists. And the disgusting thing about this is that Moors are backing this. This is not some humanitarian whatever. This is another package selling scheme by ingenious people who think that their people are so stupid that they're going to fall for anything. Which, you know, they are. Because like we said, sitting here, shaking my mother effing head, watching you suffer. And you're only suffering because you choose not to follow the prophet. And once again, put it on the record, because I know these guys like to cut stuff up and, try to make up stuff and all that. Morris said whatever. We're not following on some religious dogma idolatry. We're following because the man brought lessons for us. And the lessons that he brought was to free us from mental slavery, which we have right now. There's no such thing as a Hebrew Israelite American national. That's a fraud. Why is it a fraud? Because Hebrew Israelite is a tribe of Moors. Just like Haitians are a tribe of Moors. Dominicans are a tribe of Moors. There's no such thing as Hebrew Israelite American nationals. If there was such a thing as Hebrew Israelite American nationals, ever since Noble Drew Ali's time, these so-called Zionist Jews of Harlem, Hebrew guys with the picture, with the one picture out there, they wouldn't have called themselves Moorish. They would have called themselves Hebrew Israelites. So if the foundation of Hebrew in America is from some people who call themselves Moorish, then why don't you get down with those people? They're still around today. The so-called Hebrew Israelites from back in the day that have the picture online that says Moorish on it, that we doctored and we circled the star and circled Moorish and all that type of stuff, so stupid Hebrew Israelites could know that Hebrew Israelites are Moors, and we keep pushing that Taj lecture in their face that Hebrews and Moors are the same people. Stop playing games with people about there's separation between Hebrew Israelites and Moors. Hebrew Israelites are Moors. Moors aren't Hebrew Israelites. Every Hebrew Israelite is a Moor. Not every Moor is a Hebrew Israelite. Every Negro is a Moor. Not every Moor is a Negro. Every black guy is a Moor. Not every Moor is a black guy. Every African American is a Moor. Not every Moor is African American. If you don't want to get it, don't worry. Remember that this petition that you're signing is going to a corporate, bankrupt, insolvent, dissolved, private European corporation, not a government. So if you're petitioning them, if Hebrew Israelites are petitioning the corporate, bankrupt, dissolved, insolvent, private European corporation through this Governor Terry whatever, that means that you're not sovereign. They are. And if they're sovereign, and then you're saying that you're sovereign, but you're petitioning them, then clearly you're incompetent. And you know where incompetence gets you? You know where incompetence gets you? In this day and age, go ask all those people who got strung up, shot up, strangled on street corners, children getting shot up. Go ask all those people where incompetence got them. Why? Because they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing. Right? March 16th, 2015. Cops say killing black people is okay because it's not against the law to put an animal down. It's not against the law to put an animal down. Tell me King Alfred plan's not in full effect? You tell me that 100 years of lynching isn't still in full effect? really gonna say that it's not in full effect? You really gonna say that, you know, claiming to be something that you're not, claiming to be something that you're not is gonna free you, right? Why is it? Why is it that it's so hard? You know, like Brother Abdullah said. Brother Abdullah told these clowns, if you say that you're Hebrew Israelite, show me something. Show me card, papers, something that proves that you're that. But not only that, you know, show me some activity that you've been doing stuff in that name, not activity amongst the Hebrew Israelites. You know, we mean activity in the world. Nobody stepped up. That means, you know, from a law perspective, all of them acquiesced to Brother Abdullah's request. Because not one of them put up a video saying, oh yeah, you know, we're the Hebrew Israelites, we just wanted to put out the record, our nationality card or our nationality paperwork or whatever like that. But then all of a sudden, you know, they got a sovereign nation of Hebrew Israelites that they're telling people to come join. And then people, because of their emotionalism and all that stuff, going with that. Right? We're not going to waste time on certain things today. You know, we'll just put some stuff out there so people can go do their own stuff. Do your research on Marie Joseph Angelique. Marie hyphen Joseph Angelique. Angelique. Do your research on her. Let's put her picture up there. Give her some props. You know, even though it's only a drawing, but that's all we could get. Because, you know, people who don't want to be slaves, people who don't want to be corporate wards of the state, crown, municipality, whatever, they're not popular. But we'll just put her out there, you know what I mean? Even though it's just a drawing, just so that we can get her mad face on the record to inspire all the sisters out there. You know, notice that her head's covered, you know what I mean? Remember, hijab, you know, turban, blah, blah, she's exercising something. You know, this is not no Aunt Jemima, you know, making pancakes for masa. All right? Go do your research on our good sister. You know, let her tell her story to you. Because people are playing around with this birthright. And it's okay. Because what we're going to do, Mars, we're going to sit there shaking our mother effing heads, watching them suffer. Because they don't want to get it. They refuse to get it. You know, for all the so-called Negro, black, colored, whatever, who think that, you know, you need some Hebrews to help you be free or whatever, go do your research on the petition of free Negroes. Just go do your research on the petition of free Negroes. We're not even going to read people's crap. It's all about Noble Drew Ali. Forget all these crap that these guys are pushing. I don't care. You're not reading nothing today that has anything to do with anything other than Noble Drew Ali and Moors. Forget it. Anti-slavery society. Go research that. BS. What else is here? Get through this crap so we can get to the prophet. We're going to put these ones on the record. We will read these ones just because they're in line with the prophet. Mississippi lynching. Black man found dead hanging from tree. A possible case of lynching that gets national attention in the United States is troubling Mississippi, once a hotbed of racism in the southern part of the country. All right? So look at the brother. The black guy. The black guy found hanging on a tree. Right? And then we told y'all, there ain't no 100 years of lynching. Add another 100 on that. You know, bring it up to 2015, because these slaves don't get it. And we're sitting here watching you suffer. You know what I mean? And yeah, we might crack some jokes sometimes because, you know, if you're that incompetent that you still want to get your ass kicked or whatever like that, you don't want to get what's going on, you still want to play games, you don't want to be Moors, you want to be everything else, You know, you don't want to be anything else. You know, you just want to be slaves begging massa for something, right? And then want to get mad at Common, you know, talking about he's begging massa when he ain't begging nothing. He didn't give Oprah no high five when he won his award. He walked past that bitch, walked past her, looked at her dead in her face, and walked past that sellout. That's the real sellout. Oprah. That's the real sellout. Walked past her. Didn't even give her high five. Why? Because he knows that she's Orpah, the sellout, who didn't go with Ruth and Naomi. Right? Orpah. Claiborne County Sheriff Marvin Lucas said it remained unclear whether the death was a homicide or suicide. But he confirmed that the man had a bed sheet tied around his neck. He said the victim had some sort of cap on his head. The identity of the man whose body was badly decomposed has not yet been officially identified. Yet, law enforcement officials were searching for Otis Beard, a 50-year-old black man who disappeared on March 2nd. FBI now comes into it, you know, because remember, they got the papers or whatever, so they already know what's up, you know, and they know that, they know. They're not confused about what's up. Right? We already told people, FBI goes to Moors houses, knocks on their door to confirm, are they for real who they say that they are. We got some papers. Somebody over here said that you sent them some papers. We're just coming to check to make sure you say who you are. And when Moors answer the $1 million questions or whatever like that, those people leave those Moors alone forever. Never bother them ever again. You don't believe? Go ask Jabbar Gaines L. Right? He got visited by FBI. You know, when suits come to your door, you know that that's FBI. Plus, they showed badge, right? So, don't think that, you know, FBI getting involved in this. Oh yeah, you know, FBI is getting involved, so, you know, something's gonna get taken care of or whatever like that. They don't give a crap. Just like Obama didn't give a crap going marching in Selma or nothing like that. They don't give a crap. It's just PR. FBI going to check whatever. They don't give a crap about none of that. They already know that. They already know what's up. They're not confused about what's going on, right? They're far from confused about what's going on. It's these people that we're sitting here watching them suffer that don't get it. And they continue to get whatever they get until they proclaim their nationality. Why? Because, like we tell people all the time, when you proclaim your nationality, your energy changes. This is a divine and national movement. This is not some religious BS. This is divine and national. People think that they can say, quote unquote, sovereign before, you know, what they assume that they are, and then that's going to let beasts leave them alone. You have another thing coming. We have another thing coming. Because that petition alone makes you an insurgent. That petition, signing that petition, the sovereign, in quote unquotes, mind you, right? Not sovereign Hebrew Israelites, you know, sovereign. And then they're going to go through their crap, you know what I mean? Talking about, you know, Africa is one of us, you know, it's not a nation. And then, you know, the United Nations said whatever, Human Rights Office, and then Negro, black, colored, and then the citizens and naturalization, and blah, blah, and then they go through all this long stuff, you know, reading all this stuff that these 693 people, I bet you they didn't read. All they saw was sovereign. They, oh, hey, I can do this or whatever like that. That means I don't have to be a Moor. I can be a Hebrew Israelite. Selling yourself twice. Selling yourself twice. Don't even know it. So let's see what you know, how King Alfred plan looks at, you know, these so-called people who claim that they know who they are. You know what I mean? And then, but then they don't want to call themselves Moors, which is who set up this government over here called United States of America that these clowns are going petitioning to. But they're gonna go petition to the eagle. They're not gonna come petition to the Great Seal. Why are you petitioning to the eagle? That's the eagle. How are you gonna petition to the eagle for rights to be recognized, do something lawful, when clearly the eagle is the democracy? Clearly, the eagle is the democracy, and the democracy is the mobocracy, which is really the inquisitionists that infiltrated the real eagles and have these people thinking that, yeah, those are the eagles, when they're talking democracy, when all the eagles are supposed to be saying republic, right? Now, keep in mind, why would they go petition to the eagles? Because on the eagle seal, above the head is a Star of David. Which means that the Star of David sanctioned the eagle. But 1927, the Star of David comes from the Moorish Jews. So why is the sanctioner of the eagle going to the eagle to get them to recognize the sanctioners as legitimate? Think about this. The eagle seal has a Star of David on top of the head, right? Which would mean that the Star of David sanctions the eagle, right? So if the Star of David sanctions the eagle, why are the sanctioners, Hebrew Israelites, petitioning to the subordinate, the U.S, which represents the eagle, if the Hebrew Israelites are the ones that sanction the eagle? Oh, because they're incompetent jackasses. And they want everybody to be incompetent jackasses, including Moors, because remember, Moors are pushing this petition too. A Moor sent me this petition. A Moorish American, Bay on their name, sent me this petition telling me I better sign, show unity. Ignorance, ignorance, dogmatic belief systems, and tunnel vision mark the preferred opiate for the knowledge-fearing masses. King Alfred is the culling tool for the non-productive burden on civilization and the world's resources. The non-productive burden are the so-called African American, Negro, black, colored, whatever, who don't want to have a nationality. They want to play around like what the Moors are talking about is, you know, some ISIS terrorists, whatever, right? But then they're gonna go to the terrorists, they're gonna petition the real terrorists to accept them as some sovereign Hebrew Israelites. We're watching you suffer. We're laughing our ass off at you guys, right? Laughing. They don't need to stress. We got nationality. We're covered. Like I said, FBI already knocked these Moors doors or whatever like that. So we know what's up. We don't have to prove anything. All we have to do is, put it out there. Whoever's game to bite, they'll bite. Whoever doesn't want to bite, don't worry. You might get bitten, and you'll come running later. Eventually you'll come running back, That's just how it goes. You know what I mean? We've been around. We only been around 7 years, and we've seen people, get their ass bite and come back all the time. Dissing. Nah, our master teacher doesn't deal with that no more. You know what I mean? That was old stuff or whatever like that. And then, 2015, 7 years later, yeah, Cujo, yeah, how you doing there? I got this case going on, and I need to get some help with this, because I heard the Moors, and yeah, I went to the court, I saw a Moor, and his stuff got dismissed. How do you do that or whatever? All of a sudden, you want to know more now? You're getting your ass kicked. The executive order number 11490, the Rex 84 plan and silent weapons for quiet wars, has been in the hands of the popularly accepted individuals calling themselves the Black Leaders. So all these clowns, Hebrew Israelites, Nation of Islam, Rastafarians, Black Caucus of whatever, you name them, all of them have been told this information. Why? Because they are down with the Inquisitionists. Their job is to keep you Negro, Black, Colored, Hebrew, Israelite, whatever, just put sovereign in front of it and make stupid people think, oh, I guess that's because it's sovereign. Let's see, European over there, he says sovereign, he's over parading, he has his own plates and he's a discharge debts and whatever like that. All right, I'm going to get down with that. No, wrong answer. Wrong answer. No $1 million for you. Get off the game show. You suck. Many have spoken of them, but few have logistically broken them down and disseminated the information to their alluring public. The King Alfred plan implicates the true motive and reason why they do not. So the King Alfred plan, which we're seeing, get them up there again. The King Alfred plan, which we're seeing being played out, clear as day, it's playing out. It's not even a secret. They're not even hiding. You know what I mean? They're not even hiding. They are eliminating the so-called nobodies. They're eliminating them. Like literally eliminating them in front of people's eyes on video camera, tape camera, whatever. Eliminating them. And people think this is a joke still? Like people really, this is how you know mental slaves, right? You know mental slaves when a man is getting choked out on a street corner by a guy who says he's police or whatever like that, right? People all came out, said, chokehold's illegal and all that stuff. You can't even use that. They don't even use that chokehold when they're wrestling. They don't even use that chokehold in wars or whatever like that. You know what I mean? Social Security went and bought hollow point bullets, which is illegal. Internationally, those bullets are illegal. What are they buying those bullets for? And we don't got no, who's doing autopsy or whatever like that from the black community when these people get shot up by police? You want to know how come this guy got shot 1 time, 2 times or whatever like that and just die on the spot? Enough people get shot and they don't die. Do you think they're not using the hollow points yet? You think the hollow points sitting in a drawer somewhere? Those already got infused into the artillery, the ammo. And they're using those already on people. Find man hanging from a tree from bed sheets, talk about, suicide, he killed himself or whatever like that. It's like, it's like me and Brother Omar were building on the weekend. Forget freaking recycling and all that crap. They're using the recycling stuff to go build coffins for people. Throw everything in the garbage. The only thing you're recycling is food. Not recycling no plastic and stuff like that. They're recycling plastic. You know, they already told you they're making FEMA coffins and stuff like that out of plastic. Coffin to hold 5 people. You have these clowns, they want, you know, $5 million school and they want $800 million jet and stuff like that. When people are getting choked out on the corner, you're really that selfish, bro? You're really that selfish. You're not gonna stop people from getting choked out and shot up by these mercenaries, but you wanna have some $5 million stuff, right? Y'all gonna talk about, you know, people get shot up and then their body gets taken and then the parents don't get to see the children and then they kidnap and they take body parts and all that type of stuff, put out DVDs about all that, and you're not gonna tell these people change their status so they can correct what's going on around them? Moors live in a bubble. Moors live in an invisible bubble when they go outside. Uh, impenetrable bubble. Go ask Moors. Talk to Moors who are active. They don't get talked. There's Moors who we know out here in Canaanland, they don't talk to so-called policy enforcers. Why? Not because of them, because policy enforcers are avoiding them. Policy enforcers don't want to see certain people. Policy enforcers don't want to see certain people. And these people playing games. Don't forget that King Alfred plan implicates the true motive and reason why all these people don't talk about King Alfred plan. They talk about everything else. How come they don't talk about King Alfred plan? Ray Higgins read King Alfred plan. That's why he was talking that Mike Brown crap. Everybody's mad at him. Why are you saying that? You know, that he shouldn't, Mike Brown should have deserved it and all that stuff. Because he read King Alfred plan. He's been told these people. Agent, CIA, whatever you want to call him, he told y'all about King Alfred plan. You're not listening to Ray Higgins though. You know, he's CIA or whatever. Okay. All right. All right. It is what it is. Like we say, you know, sitting back, shaking our mother effing head, watching these people suffer. And you know, can't do nothing about it because been y'all led y'all to water. We've been led people to water. Well, you don't want to drink? Oh, but you're thirsty though. But you don't want to drink though. Yeah, all right. That's, hey, what we gonna do? You know what I mean? What we gonna do? Give you the trip, force you to drink? You know? You know, if we push your head in the water, you'll probably drown, not drink. So we're not gonna do that, cause then you know, then y'all gonna be complaining about Morris did it. Morris did it. Well, you know, he didn't have to push his head in the water like that. You know, he could have just let him stand there and he would have drank when he's ready. Yeah, no. Or are you ready to drink? You know what I mean? Aquarian man got the freaking bucket, like just dousing you. Aquarian man got the bucket, tipped over. 2,655 years. They're gonna have that bucket doused over on these people for them to get water. And they're not drinking. Content in their ignorance. Alright, don't get mad at Moors. You know, do your thing. Just remember, Moors are in a bubble. Impenetrable bubble. And we're doing our best. You know what I mean? Right? Active Moors, go in the field anyways. You're doing your best. Islam. Islam to all the active Moors. Whoever posted something, made a website, put out a book, put out a DVD, did a class, whatever, to give these people their stuff, right? Islam to all the Moors who said, yo, you got problems with whatever, here's my number, call me. Nobody called, don't worry. It's all good, you did your part. You did your part. Don't feel bad. Don't get guilt complexes and stuff like that because, you are seeing all these people around you suffering. Just remember, you're in a bubble. They could get their own bubble, but they don't want it. That's not cool. I need to be in the bubble. You look weird in the impenetrable bubble. All this lava around here. One will take note that all the people mentioned in these document plans, blacks, Indians, Latinos, Puerto Ricans, and poor whites, do not include a de jure national name or title. All these words are descriptive chattel brands coined by Europeans as substitute pedigree names and were forced as appellations on the indigenous peoples of the Americas. So there's nothing at all that we have to prove. It's already on the record. We've already stated our claim. And our claim is that you're Moors. If you want to be something else other than that, go right ahead. But know that if you're not calling yourself Moors, they're labeled as it. Period. Nothing else. No, not even go into anything else. Tell me about, star systems that you came from and all that. If you're not saying that you're Moors, you're classified as it. Guaranteed something's coming for you. If it's not divine, then some democracy order is about to, tie a bed sheet around your neck, hang you from a tree, say that it's suicide. If you're, not a Moor, right? Like, because remember, Khalid was a messenger. He gave these people the message that they should proclaim who they are. Right? He declared it. Because you already know that they were going to take him out. And, there's no secret that they were going to assassinate him. You know what I mean? Why would it be a secret? If he knows about Noble Ali and all that, he's about to get assassinated. And, it's hard for a son to know that your son sold you out. Your wife sold you out. You know what I mean? That's a burden. I don't want to live with that. I know that I'm more, but, my son sold me out and my wife sold me out. Kill me. But I'm going to let these people know. Just like, certain people seen the mountaintop. You know what I mean? You already knew it was coming. You already knew. I already knew that it was about to go down. And he just, it's like being on the deathbed, and then, you give up all the secrets or whatever like that, yeah. What's that, when I was a Mason and we used to go to lodge and whatever like that, stuff like that, and, there's a vault in the back of the whatever fridge underneath the thing with it, and the $1 million is there. I've been collecting forever. And then right after that, you die or whatever. Same thing. Put it on the record. You're more. Right? Put it on the record. Right? People don't even know. People don't even know that it's Moors that were taking care of Dr. Ben. When he was in that nursing home over there, before he passed away and all that. Moors. Moors taking care of him. Not black leader guys and black whatever power and all those guys. It wasn't them guys. The people who were taking care of Dr. Ben before he died was Moors. People who know about nationality and birthrights and El and Bay and Noble Drew Ali and all that. Those people were taking care of it. Right? And you have clowns like Seti going, visit, Yeah, we got chilling with Dr. Ben, the master teacher. Shit like that. They don't honor him. They don't honor Khalid. They don't honor El Haj Malik El Shabazz. They don't honor Ivan Van Cernema. These people are hypocrites. All of them. All of them. All these Nuwapians don't honor Dr. Malachi York L. Malachi is the Doc L who put out a Circle 7 for them. Put out a Circle 7 for them on their behalf. He himself, his own self, has 500,000 books that he wrote, and the only person in the entire world other than his own stuff that he put out was Noble Drew Ali stuff. He didn't put out nobody else's book. Nobody else. Nobody else was qualified for Malachi York to say, that guy wrote a good book or whatever. I'm going to put out that book, you know what I mean, for the Nuwapians to have something. Nobody else was qualified. The only individual that Doc put out is Noble Drew Ali stuff. They don't want to hear it, but they honor him. You know what I mean? Sign petition, get him out of jail and all that type of stuff or whatever like that. Why y'all just proclaim your nationality? Let the man, pay his debt. Because, he got debts. He got debts. Because he abandoned the prophet. How are you going to say he abandoned the prophet? You can't say he abandoned the prophet when, yeah, you can say he abandoned the prophet. You can say that he abandoned the prophet. Because he used this whole book right here to shit talk Noble Drew Ali and have everybody think that he was the prophet. He was the Al-Mahdi. Use that book to diss the prophet. But the Holy Tablets got Deuce Muhammad Ali in it. Holy Tablets got the whole Circle 7's in the Holy Tablets. So if the Holy Tablets is this big, this much of it is Noble Drew Ali. But Nuwapians, they honor him. Right? Farrakhan, he went down with Bratton Day and them. Farrakhan, the guy, the Nation of Islam guy. Yeah, you know that he naturalized, right, with Bratton Bay and them, Temple 13, Baltimore. Yeah, he knows what's up. But what did it say again? King Alfred plan implicates the true motive and reason why they do not talk about certain stuff. He got debts too. That's why he had to put the picture up in, Savior's Day or whatever like that. Big in the middle, finally, acknowledging Noble Drew Ali because he got debts to pay. Right? And we tell people, don't get fooled with, Scientology and Nation of Islam or whatever like that. Don't get fooled about Scientology. Don't get twisted on. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. We study out here too. You know what I mean? Like the modern science of mental health, Dianetics. What did Noble Drew Ali say he came to do? Save you from mental slavery, which you have now. What do you think that they're doing when they start pushing Scientology in the Nation of Islam? They're trying to free these people from mental slavery that they have now. But, they made Ron Hubbard their prophet. instead of just getting down with Noble Drew Ali. Because then if they get down with Noble Drew Ali, then, you know, it's all over for them, because everybody will leave that shit, and they come back to the Moor Science Temple like it was in the beginning, and let's get all these million members back again. That's the real deal, right? You know, post it on Facebook, you know, the Hebrew, you know, with his turban or whatever like that, talking about nationality. Yeah, you know, nationality and all that stuff, you know. Like, exactly. That's why Farrakhan could talk about he's a free black man. Nobody's not getting it. They're just, yeah, we're black men, yeah, woo! No, he said he's a free black man. Why would he say he's a free black man all of a sudden? All these years, you know what I mean? You go back, check all the record, go listen to all the lectures. He never called himself a free black man before, you know, 2007 or something like that. Free black man. Free black man. But the other black guys don't call themselves free though. They just call themselves black guys. Why? How come? Sitting back and watching our people suffer. Not because we want to, but you know, real, like we said, Moors put it out there. Passive Moors, they got this, but you know, they're hiding with this. Temple Moors, they got this, but they're taking this to their grave. I mean, Dirty Moors, you already know. Dirty Moors ain't giving this up, right? Their job is to get people to run from this. You know what I mean? Cause so much confusion in this. Make people think that this is some religious, you know, whatever they don't want nothing to do with, because, you know, it's Islamic. You know. You already know the Negro black guys, you know, they're not pushing this. Only active Moors push this. Only. And push it from the proper perspective that this is the people's birthright for them to claim. This is not something that, you know, somebody else putting people on to something. This is yours. Oh, and also too, to don't forget that you have to go get the good doctor. I want to say Islam to the good doctor. When I say Islam to the good doctor, because I heard that, you know, y'all had a good session this weekend at the retreat. Every year, spring equinox, Washita retreat, and we're gonna back and we're gonna push the Prince, Aleem, New Tupac El Bey, because Noble Drew Ali's Washita. If you know, people want to get it messed up, you know, Temple Moors try to make the disconnection. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, MUURs and MORs, you know, it's different Moors or whatever like that. Noble Drew Ali's mom is Eliza Turner, who's Henry Turner's sister, who sued U.S, you know, Turner, Tunica versus U.S or whatever. That's why Noble Drew Ali could come out with, you know, Moroccan Empire and claim the Moroccan Empire, you know, from, and all, name all the nations that are tied to the stuff, because he was down with the same family who already got the stuff back 100 years ago before him. But, you know, zip the lips. Don't talk about that stuff too much. You know what I mean? You know, have people thinking that, you know, the mandate that Noble Drew Ali got was, you know, some secret stuff that, you know, got funneled through to him. You know, he's Washington. What do you mean? What do you mean Morris can't? What do you mean Morris Science Temple members can't be El Bey and Noble Drew Ali didn't say use both titles on your name or whatever? What are you talking about? He's Washington. All them titles are yours to claim. All of them. But if you get the people to believe that, you know, there's this separation, there's no unity, then here we are in 2015 in our bubble, our Moorish bubble, you know what I mean? Connecting with each other, you know, doing treaties with each other, you know what I mean? Islam to Brother Cosmo L, you know what I mean? The Moors and Khalifa, right? You know, don't forget, remember, the treaty album that Cosmo L put out, Cujo and Cosmo L sparked that. That wasn't some stuff he just came up with, hey, I'm gonna album put all these Moors on it. No. Cosmo L and Cujo L were the ones that kicked that off. We kicked that off. The treaty album. Go get it. It's free. Right? 77 amazing facts about the Moors with complete proof. Right? What's this called? Unity. We kicked this off. Right? Other than RV Bay publications where they got, you know, Taj and Raz come together and write a book, and Anita and Raz come together and write a book, and, you know, Mizraim carrying on the tradition of, you know, RV Bay publications, writing a book, you know, Unity or whatever. What do? We said that we're going to come together. Canaanland Moors, Khalifa, and Mecca came together. Put out something for the Moors. KhalifaMedia.com. It's out. Right? In honor of J.A. Rogers. You know, who we all honor and respect or whatever like that. So we said, you know, we'll honor the elder. Honor the elder. And we'll put out the, you know, he had the 100 amazing facts about the Negro. Well, you know we're not Negro black colored or whatever. So we said 77 amazing facts about the Moors, just so you know where we copied the title from. Yeah, J.A. Rogers, 100 amazing facts about the Negro, but we're not no Negroes. And remember in that book he talked about Moors, so don't even, you know, get it twisted. Right? Let's just find anywhere in this because, you know, we got this locked. Fact 37. The Asiatic nations of North, Central, and South America, such as the Mexicans, Brazilians, Argentinians, Chileans, Colombians, Nicaraguans, natives of San Salvador, the Moorish Americans, etc., all these people are Moors. Noble Drew Ali, the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, 1928. Yes, from the top of the map, figure 21, all the way to the bottom, and all surrounding islands, all of the indigenous people of this land are Moors. We are all family. Right? There you go. Just so everybody knows. So everybody knows we're all family. And any of these clowns talking about this right here is smaller than so-called Africa, slap them hard, because there's no way that a continent that takes up one half of the hemisphere is bigger than a continent that takes up over both hemispheres. These people tell you crap. Right? This is the biggest continent, the Americas. Right? Fact 68. The 45 caliber bullet came into common use during the early 1900s. The U.S. Army was trying to conquer the Moors, but the 38 caliber bullet was not strong enough to kill them, so they upgraded their weaponry. They even went as far as to hang our Filipino brothers and siestas look into what is labeled as Tagalog in Philippine American War. Please note that the U.S. democracy does not and never did represent the true Americans, but have been using our name to cause terror and chaos all over the world. Figure 95, Moral Warriors, circa 1900, source MrCheapJustice.wordpress.com. Our family right there, for all our family, who's so-called, Filipino, know that you're not Filipino, you're Moors. Right? Crazy. This one's crazy. Fact 7. Marcus Opelius Marcrinus was a Roman emperor. His origin was Mauritanian, and he was known to be a Moor. It is said he descended from an equestrian family and was versed in law, serving as law advisor for the Praetorian Guard, director of traffic, financial advisor to a private estate, and a Praetorian prefect. Though a series of serendipitous events, he was appointed emperor and the first to not have served as a senator before assuming the position. He was overthrown and executed 1 year after becoming the emperor in 217 AD. Here's the brother Roman, from Mauritania. CalifaMedia.com, Moorish publisher. Any Moors out there, you got books, you got ideas or whatever like that, you want to put something out in literary form, talk to your own publisher. You don't need to go to no Europeans for them to do anything. You know what I mean? Doesn't it look good? Look at that. You know what I'm saying? We have our own editor. There's our editor right there. You know what I mean? Tirelessly working, from sun up to sun up to make sure the Moors got their stuff sorted out. Right? To make sure. Fact 47. We got 77 facts in here, you know what I'm saying? So, we ain't even gotta hold back. You know what I'm saying? Still go get the book, but we only gave you like 4 facts or something like that. You know what I mean? Show support. And oh yeah, and make sure that when you contact Khalifa Media, that you buy in bulk so that it's cheaper. Remember, the more sent me the email about, you want to get Holy Qurans, 40 or 50 Holy Qurans. Go to Khalifa Media and talk to KhalifaMedia.com. Holy Qurans on there. And that is a original from 1928. Original. You know what I mean? That was republished for the Moors by Khalifa Media. Islam to Brother Tallahassee Al Bay, who found that online. You know what I mean? And it was real, you could smell the oldness and stuff like that in it. It was real. Fact 47. Morro Bay is a town in Southern California established in 1870. At this location, there is a formation called Morro Rock, which is referenced as the Gibraltar of the Pacific. MorroBay.com. Our Moro Filipino brothers and sisters were documented as living here as far back as the 1500s. Morro Rock is a geologic formation said to be the plug of a volcano. It is still considered a sacred place to local indigenous and used in annual solstice rituals. I know you never heard about Morro Rock. Stop fronting. You know what I mean? 77 facts about the Moors. 77 facts about the Moors. Show support. You know what I mean? And remember, this is how Grand Sheiks do. right? This is how Grand Sheiks do, right? No, this is how Grand Sheiks do, right? This is how Grand Sheiks supposed to do it, right? Don't worry, go check RV Bay. They'll let you know how Grand Sheiks and Grand Sheikesses are supposed to do it. This is how Grand Sheiks do. You're not sitting around praying to Noble Drew Ali and all that stuff like that. We're changing the people's literature so we can change their thinking. This is how Grand Sheiks do. If you know somebody that's Grand Sheik, this is how they're supposed to do. This is how Grand Sheiks, Grand Governors, Grand whoever that they say they are, this is how they're supposed to do. If they're not doing like this, they're probably fronting, you know what I mean, selling you out or whatever like that. This is how Grand Sheiks supposed to do, right? Grand Sheiks are supposed to be doing it up like this. If they're not doing it up like this, trust me, they're not living up to their expectations, and they should be checked. You know what I mean? Whatever check you want to do, body check, chin check, illegal hand check, whatever, I don't care, check them, right? Who stole the fez? It's another new one, you know what I mean? Just came out, you know. Moors or Shriners? Let's just see what Grand Sheik had to say, you know, with this one. Let's just see what they got up in here. How about we go to page 28 and 29. Fez wearing imposters. AKA culture vultures. Institutionalized graduation in Western, not European, societies is marked by receipt of a graduation gown and mortarboard. This headwear is supposed to mean you have attained some level of intellect. To the left is pictured a replica of the fez. Notice the tassel and flattened top, which is 4 90-degree angles, which when added together equals 360 degrees. Keep in mind, Freemasonry teaches a diploma is a rolled up piece of paper. Here is a Thanksgiving menu picture with a European girl wearing the Moors fez. What does Thanksgiving have to do with the fez? Let's see that picture. That there. Right? You already know. You already know what's up. You know what I mean? We got this, yo. We belong to all the Moors. This picture of an electric chair headpiece requires little examination to see how much it resembles a fez. In this guise, it was used by imposters. It was used by the imposters and was used to take lives to stain this headwear with a bad reputation. The fez is symbolic of the womb, represents the living and growing intellect of the wearer. Even the Nazis took the fez in order to mislead the masses into submitting to their rule. This was attempted by misusing the power of the fallen Moors through the energy of our national headwear. Behind the swastika, the Nazis represented the fez of the fallen Moors. Why we never shown these pictures with Nazis wearing the national headdress of the Moors as their military headwear. Right? So there's the electrocution hat. You know, before they put you under, they fez you and send you to Allah. And there's the Nazis wearing our stuff. Right? There again, Nazis again, wearing our stuff. You know what I mean? Trying to criminalize our stuff. Right? You know, this is how Grand Sheiks are supposed to be. Because, you know, all Grand Sheiks do is study. So when Grand Sheiks study, you know, they're supposed to put the stuff out. I mean, right? Hiding stuff. You know, these Moors. Right? That's how Grand Sheik's supposed to do. Don't let these guys play you thinking that, you know, this is about, you know, something other than what it's about. They know what's up. You know what I mean? All of them. The Negro black colored ones, that's fronting. that they don't know, and then the ones who supposed to be putting stuff out there, they're not putting nothing out. They're trying to hide from people, right? Yet again, another one, you know. On Thursday, 17-year-old Christiana Coignard was shot dead by 3 police officers in the lobby of the Longview Police Department. She arrived at the station around 6:30 p.m. and asked to talk to an officer, highwayman. You know they're not officers trying to boost themselves. Police say the girl was brandishing a weapon before she was shot 4 times. 3 officers who have not been identified have been placed on leave. The investigation of the death is now being handled by the Texas Rangers. Hey, the baseball team handling stuff now? Right? Now you know what Texas Rangers is about. You know, when they name a baseball team the Texas Rangers and whatever like that. They ain't no baseball team. The incident at this point is shrouded in mystery. Officials could not confirm the type of weapon she brandished at the highwayman. Beyond the alleged unspecific weapon, virtually no details about the events that immediately preceded her death have been released. Robertson said that her niece had been struggling with mental illness, including depression and bipolar disorder. See how they do black people? Right? Quick to label them, you know, they didn't take their Ritalin or whatever like that. And, you know, they had to shoot somebody. Right? Christian Bryan, a spokesperson for Longview Police Department, declined to comment further on the case, citing the ongoing investigation by the Texas Rangers. Highwaymen frequently encounter the mentally ill but often do not receive training. As a result, rash stigmatization and misrepresentation of the intentions of the mentally ill can cause vital errors and ultimately make the difference between life and death. Coignard's death also raises questions about the use of force protocols in the United States. British citizens, for example, are about 100 times less likely to be shot by police, according to The Economist. Highwaymen in Longview were involved in 2 fatal shootings in 2014, including one involving a 15-year-old. In both instances, the officers, highwaymen, were cleared by a grand jury. Now, what's interesting about this shooting, very interesting about this shooting, is here's the black girl that they shot. This is the black girl. This is the mentally ill black girl that they shot. Just let that sink in. This is the mentally ill black girl that they shot. Right? Put it out there. The executive order was authorized to counteract the minority, blacks, Indians, Latinos, Puerto Ricans, and poor whites. So you can go tell all your European friends, you know, don't be sitting there taping. Don't be sitting there taping, you know, some European getting their ass kicked too, because King Alfred plan is out for them too. They better side with the Moors. They better side with the Moors. Think this is a game out here? Think this is a game? If they're gonna go shoot up their own 4 times, if they're gonna take their own out, same way that they do black guys, you know, oh, mental illness, shoot her freaking up. I suggest you Europeans consider, you know, that ipso jure Moorish subject stuff, and you better stop listening to, you know, all these sovereign free man guys, because, you know, to you Europeans, the sovereign free man guys are like dirty Moors to us. If you really want to know what's up. You know what I mean? So, You know, Jolly told the Moors, don't amalgamate, but, you know, he never told the Europeans, don't come back. He didn't push you guys away with a stick. He came for the nation. He came for the nation. Get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. Get it straight. Get it straight ASAP. So Drew Ali, and I already know that it's coming, and I don't even have to ask. You know what I mean? Just wait. You know what I mean? I know it's, you know, she's working sunrise to sunrise, sun up to sun up. She works. So it's coming soon. The good version of this. You know what I mean? We just got the, you know, black and white paper stuff, and you know what I mean? But don't worry, Khalifa Media, just humble. Get all the other stuff that's on there. You know what I mean? Catch yourself up. By the time you catch yourself up, you know, something will be there for you. And keep in mind, you know, it's been about 3 weeks or whatever that we're going through this, and we're only at 170 something. You know, going backwards, following our ancient formulas. You know, going the other way instead of 1 to 200. You know, we go back, right? So all these prophecies still for us to go through, right? All these prophecies still, right? 177, Brother I. Cook Bay of Illinois said that the Holy Prophet Drawley said, if I cannot teach you here, I will teach you on the soul plane. If I cannot teach you here, I will teach you on the soul plane. And let remember, Noble Drawley said, everything I say is spirit, so more is better he. If I cannot teach you here, I will teach you on the soul plane. So if you're not going to learn your lesson that he brought you while you're on the earth plane, don't worry. They got enough mercenaries out here choking people out on the corner, shooting people 4 times because they didn't take their Ritalin or whatever like that. And he'll teach you when you get up on the soul plane. You know, don't get it twisted about, he's going to teach us from there. We already have his stuff here for us to learn from. He doesn't need to teach us, from there to here. That all Negro black color people want to play games or whatever, to get, shot themselves in the head 2 times, drowned in the bathtub, you know what I mean? All those type of stuff. All those people who didn't listen to the thing, they want to follow this, Western, well, not even westernized. They want to follow this fictitious way of living and all that stuff, you know what I mean? The Whitneys and, you know what I mean, the Michaels and, who get this late. They were supposed to get this long time ago, but they wanted to, in the career and the whatever, and then they end up, don't worry, Drawley's waiting for you on the soul plane, you know what I mean? And he'll teach you up there. So that hopefully, when you come back, you'll get this stuff right when you come back. And hopefully you weren't, eating all this flesh or whatever like that. Come back as some cow or something where you can't even use what Drawley taught you, when you come back here. It's real heavy. So real. So real. 172. Sister M. Tiggs L. of Temple 9 said, the Holy Prophet said, you say that you want some pure meat to eat. No one is going to kill a camel for you to eat over here. Right? It's good to know that our prophet was a funny man. You know what I mean? He wasn't just all serious. You know what I'm saying? It's good to know that, sometimes he might not let you ride the mare of steel. You know what I mean? Sometimes he just, slap the back of your head. You know what I mean? Like how, your uncle or something used to do. Shut the hell up. Go do something with yourself. You know what I mean? No time to give you the strap right now. You know? Take the ruler, wrap your knuckles or something like that. It doesn't have to be harsh discipline all the time. Sometimes you just need to be, slapped back to your senses. You don't need to get your ass bust. You know, right? For all the Moors with you know, animals and stuff like that. 171, M. Tiggs L of Temple 9 said that the Holy Prophet said, "Don't keep dogs in your house, because if you inhale one of its hairs, it could cut your throat." Don't keep dogs in the house, because if you inhale one of its hairs, it could cut your throat. Just a thought, for people. You know what I mean? Just a thought. 168, Brother G. Cook Bay of Temple 1 said that the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, "One day you are going to look out into the streets, and the streets are going to be filled with men with turbans and fezzes, and the highways are going to be blocked." One day. One day. This was back then. And I know I saw the streets blocked during Marcus Garvey parade, something like that, California. And then lots of turbans and fezzes in the street, walking up and down. And I know I seen 100-year celebration for Noble Drew Ali, Washington, D.C. And streets were blocked, and fezzes everywhere. That means that his prophecy already manifested. That means that he knew that Moors would be waking up in later generations. That's why he told the Moors. But he told the Moors, this is for the young and unborn generations. Because the real ones who are going to do something with this Moorish movement is you. The real ones who are going to do something with this Moorish movement is you. This wasn't for those people back then. Know that this wasn't for them. This was to prepare them mentally, spiritually, so they can bring us here. Because remember, majority of us who are Moorish Americans, majority of us were born Negro, black, colored, whatever, right? Majority of us were born Negro, black, colored, whatever. And we always knew something was wrong with Negro, black, colored, African, whatever. We always knew something was wrong when you hear slave trade. We always knew something was wrong with Black History Month. We always knew something was wrong, being labeled these misnomers, And as soon as we found out about Noble Drew Ali, Moorish movement, we're Moors, we're not black, Negro, colored, or whatever like that, we were on this. It wasn't even, there's Moors who left, $1,000 a night on the corner. Left that, cold turkey, because they found out that they're Moors. There's Moors who, gave up on many frivolous things that society has to offer when they found out about this information. gave it up easily just because the spirit of what Noble Drew Ali brought was so dynamic and soothing to the soul that you don't want anything else. I mean, you want anything else. It's this or nothing. Right? 166. Woe upon the man that calls himself a Jew. Woe unto the man that calls himself a Jew. What you're going to do, you're going to go out, you're going to go get this book. It's our brother, Ashahid Muhammad, Nation of Islam brother. You know what I mean? Yeah, we brought Nation of Islam here to do lectures. You know what I mean? This was his book that he was selling at the time. Synagogue of Satan. Talking about those Jews that we're supposed to woe. Woe unto those that call themselves Jews. Keep in mind, those guys from, whatever with the picture, Moorish Jews, stuff like that. Woe unto those guys called Jews. Because they're really Moors. And they should just be telling people that they're Moors. Stop playing around about sovereign Hebrews and all that stuff. Say you're Moors and be done with it. Why? Because Noble Drew Ali wasn't bringing us something new. He was reestablishing something that he's directly related in the bloodline through the Washita. I think he knew the jurisdiction of the Moors going from over there across Great Atlantis onto the present North, South, Central America and the adjoining islands before the earthquake that caused the Great Atlantic Ocean. He had these lessons. He was Cherokee. Cherokee is a tribe of Washita Moors. Stuff is coming together very fast, and it's coming together very precise. That's why. Don't listen to these whoever is talking crap about Alim El Bey and Kadira El Bey. Because they talk smack about them. You know what I mean? Well, they're not the real Washitas and all that stuff, and they don't know this and they don't know that. But just like Temple, when you go look around, all these Washita Moors out there, the only person out there that got something out there is Empress. She's the only one with something out. Other than her, it's Dr. Alim and whoever he pushing. Clearly, misrepresentation on certain people's part. Just like we told y'all how Grand Sheiks are supposed to do, what's supposed to be going on. And again, gotta give honors to Dr. Alim because he's one of the first Moors that we brought out here. Went outside, see the car, like, how you get over here with those plates that don't say any state of something? Matter of fact, how you get across the border? Well, no passport, nothing like that. Hold on, so you drove from North Carolina to here. Yeah. Okay. And came across the border. Yeah. You have your own plates right there. Washita, what is that? Oh, we only got a weekend, don't worry, invite me back next time and we'll, talk about some stuff. No, but what do you mean? That you came across the border You didn't use passport or nothing like that. Moors? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Are we African or whatever? No, and gave us the tip of the iceberg, you know, because we thought he was just a black guy, that we seen on some Sonetter videos or whatever, that dealt with metaphysics. And, we were on metaphysics, we listened to his metaphysics stuff, research everything, and like, oh yeah, sharp. You need to bring him up here to do a lecture. Came up here, did a lecture. Beat it up. But drove up here. Some plates that weren't from a state of anything, not state of North Carolina, not state of South Carolina, not state of, Fayetteville, city of nothing like that. Some Washita something or something like that. I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know. But you need to bring me back here then. You know what I mean? It was that real. Only more. Only more. To come up here on some papers. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And that was 2000. That was before we were on Moor Science. So that was like 2005. Right? 2005. Came to teach some metaphysics. Because that was, it's not against anything. You know what I mean? He talked about Noble Drew Ali and all that. Well, what are you talking about? You want metaphysics, bro. Like, we don't want none of that stuff. We want to hear the stuff from that shaman healers stuff that you were talking about. We want that. We want the Bible breakdown of all the astrological stuff and all that, And man went in on everything. Now we realize, he was dropping stuff from back then. But, when the student is ready, the master will appear. And the master is self, not Alim and Taj and Kudro and whatever. The master is self. "161. The Holy Prophet said, I am not going to wake you all Asiatics up at once because they may tear up something. Which goes back to that thing. If you didn't come for those people back then, you didn't come for them. Because if he woke them all up at once, back then, these people would have been so pissed that they would have tore up something. They would have tore up this great estate that we got. Thinking that European did something, not recognizing that, they played themselves. And they would have destroyed everything if he woke them all up at once. So he had to humble his, spirit casting power. And wait for the new Moors, the eyes wide open, seeing and knowing, to fulfill this law. 160. Sister A. Brown L. of Temple 425 said, the Holy Prophet said, your nationality card is going to change in your pocket. Your nationality card is going to change in your pocket. Your nationality card is going to change in your pocket. That's a prophecy that's manifested. Because compared to what they had back then, to what we got now, got the seeing stuff in the background, you know what I mean? Guy doing the jumping out of your card and stuff like that, 3D, hands coming out giving you, you know what I mean, high fives for being a Moor from nationality card. Card definitely changed. Card definitely changed in our pocket. New era of time now. Brother I Cook Bay, 159. Brother I Cook Bay said that the Holy Prophet said, one day you are going to look for some good Moors and you won't be able to find them. One day you are going to look for some good Moors and you won't be able to find them. Obviously, you know, that manifested. Because after Noble Drew Ali passed for him, you know, there was what, about 5 Moors that were good that were still around. You know, and no good Moors were to be found until our era of time, when now you got good Moors now, I mean, assisting their people, assisting them, not charging them for everything. You know what I mean? Quran charge, you know, the charge for this, charge for that, button charge, pay for that, books pay for that, you know, pay for the thumbprint on something, pay for that, signature, oh yeah, you know, $800, pay for that, papers, pay for the. Those aren't good Moors. Good Moors don't stoop to the level of accepting um, fiat notes, right? Accepting fiat notes, opposed to respect and honor. Good Moors will take some honor and some respect before they take fiat notes. 158, Brother I Cook Bay said that the Holy Prophet said, the only thing that would surprise me is if a Moor would do right. That's it during his time. The only thing that would surprise him is if a Moor would do right. That's the only thing that would surprise him. And the only thing that would surprise him is if a Moor would do right. So many Moors were doing wrong back then. So many Moors were doing wrong back then that Drew Ali had to make the statement that it would surprise him if a Moor did right. These Moors, dirty bastards. But their time's up. Fiat game's over. You know what I mean? It's over for them. Over. Because it's a new era of time now. And new Moors that are here, we're not playing this game with people. You know what I mean? This is people's birthright, and they deserve to be free now. They deserve to be free. Right? So we want to send our, we want to send our boot camp salute to all the active Moors out there. You know what I mean? Peace, love, and hotep. Continue to do the work that you do. You know what I mean? You are honored and you are looked at with the utmost respect. You know what I'm saying? All the Moors that are active, doing something to try to change these people's condition, mentality, status, mind frame, whatever. Honors to you for doing what you do. I want to say honors to all the master teachers that came before us, that kept to the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I want to say Islam to all the Moors out there who had, an idea or were taught or knew something or heard something and decided to, put that in a song or put that in a, pose, I mean, just not say no words. Just give people these ones, you know what I mean? Whoever gets the message will get the message. You know what I'm saying? And also, the Moors who are continuously working from sun up to sun up, you know what I mean? The Moors that are continuously, tirelessly putting in that work to make sure that there isn't a doubt in the people's mind, you know what I mean, that we're here, that we're back, we're here to stay, you know, we're not going anywhere. All that's going to happen is that this thing is going to be getting bigger. That's all that's going to be going down. Don't forget, 9:30, Moorish Heritage and History School. Moorish Heritage and History School, 9:30, Eyes Wide Open on Blog Talk Radio. Don't forget. So go get your, you know, your refills of whatever you got to get, you know. And we'll definitely be back next week. Also, don't forget Sunday. We'll be back streaming. We got temple class on Sunday. As you know, we had good session with Grand Chief Nature El Bay, Taj Creek Bay, and Brother Ramiel El Bay last weekend. You know, Moors put in work, and as you know, Canaanland Moors, you know, we don't disappoint. We give y'all what we gotta give y'all, so you can get what we get. You know what I mean? So if you want to assist Canaanland Moors, you know, any little bit helps. We don't ask for fiat and stuff like that, but we'll take some. You know what I'm saying? Especially when the end of the month, stuff like that, right? When stuff's due. culturaleducators@gmail.com. 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 PayPal, make a donation. We'll send you something for sure. Oh yeah, don't forget Khalifa Media. Pick up that 77 facts book, because Moors went in for you. You know what I mean? Out of unity. Peace and love. We'll close out with the prayer. 5 on the left, 2 on the right. Allah, the Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Islam, Ashe. Rome will fall. Peace and love, Moors. Catch you in a half hour. Islam.